And now news coming in from Bengaluru, where a deadly attack has happened on some students. This is by a street dog, a stray dog that attacked Bengaluru University students. Two female students have been injured, and this was within the campus of the university. One is critically injured and is admitted to a private hospital's ICU. Now, this incident took place around 11 in the morning, and the two victims are currently at the hospital. So this attack comes a day after the Supreme Court had come up with a huge decision and order to remove all the stray dogs from the streets of Delhi, and now another metro sees dog menace, and we hear that two students within a university in Bengaluru, within the campus, were attacked by a stray dog. Two students were bitten. One student was critically injured and is in the ICU. Now, for more on this, I'm joined by India Today's Sagay Raj. Sagay, what are you hearing about the student who has been injured, and is stray dog menace a huge issue in Bengaluru?
So, of late, it has become a very big menace in the city of Bengaluru. And if you notice that there are multiple cases of a street dog bite which has been reported. And the latest one is in the Bengaluru University campus. Two female students who were studying their post-graduation. One is Sarojini GJ, who was from Haveri, staying here and studying at Bengaluru University. Other one is Rega Nikshita. She is from Telangana, and she was doing her third year integrated MSc Economics, and both were studying in Bengaluru universities, and they were victims of dog bites, and they have been shifted to the hospital. And what we also get to learn is one of these female students was also in ICU when she was grievously injured in this particular incident.
Well, how big of an issue is this stray dog menace in Bengaluru? Because we've recently seen in Delhi, the court has come down heavily on the stray dog issue. But what about Bengaluru? Do tell us again.
As if you notice that of late, there are many cases which have been reported in the city of Bengaluru when it comes to dog menace, which has been a very big issue. And there are multiple CCTV footage of which we also access, which clearly shows that it has become a big headache for the people. And even the government of Karnataka had taken an initiative to ensure that they bring these kind of ferocious dog under control. For an example, they felt that because they are eating raw meat, that is the reason all these dogs are ferocious and uncontrollable. So in order to control the ferocious behavior of those dogs, the bbmp, the Bengaluru Civic body, had also come up with a plan where they could serve the meat food, like a fried rice or something cooked with a cooked meat food to all those dogs in the bbmp vicinity. And that particular plan is yet to be begin in the city. So the menace is very serious in nature, and following that, now this is the latest incident which has been reported of two victims who were part of two victims who have been bit by the dogs in university.
Right, absolutely. And that became quite an issue, what you were talking about, the plan to serve chicken and rice to the stray dogs. It became quite a debate on the internet, especially with the Bangaloreans, didn't it, Sagay?
Absolutely. There were a lot of supporters for this. There was no opposition from the parties here because it was about the dog. And if you notice that it was an idea to control the aggressive behavior of dogs. And that is the reason the BBMP thought that because since all these dogs are eating raw meat, which is actually intimidating the dogs to bite people and become more ferocious and aggressive. And that is the reason this particular idea was floated, but still it has not been implemented here in Bengaluru. It is still in pipeline for the government to go ahead and give a green signal on the scene.
Right, absolutely. A tender document was also released for this, and apparently a large sum of money has also been allocated for it. But it's also important to note, Sagay, here that the dogs on the streets, usually, because as a city, we've grown around with them and we've lived with them, but the dogs in the city usually do not show such aggression. But this incident that we are seeing of a student being critically injured and being admitted to ICU, and these are college students. So, they are big, if you look at in terms of they're adults. And dogs usually do not attack adults, and we've seen that, that they are scared of the adults. They'll try and target children. But here we are seeing that a student was targeted and she's admitted in ICU. So if you could give us more details about who these girls were and when were they attacked, and importantly, inside university campus. So the campus also needs to take some responsibility.
See, it is a huge campus, the university campus here in Bengaluru, which we are talking about. It's a huge campus which is in the outskirts of Bengaluru. And these students, one is from Haveri and the other one is from Telangana. Both were doing their MSc and they were walking towards their class. That's when these street dogs have attacked them. And immediately people whoever was present at that point of time shifted these students to the nearest hospital, and they were undergoing treatment. And what is the latest information is that one of the students was shifted to ICU because she suffered grievous injuries, and thankfully she is out of danger, and she has been shifted to the normal ward.
Right.
And the other student has suffered minor injuries. As we speak now, the doctors are taking care of them.
So we hope that
these
students will heal soon. Thank you very much, Sagai, for bringing in this important update. The attack of stray dogs, why this becomes news is because in Delhi, there is an important order that was activated. Now, the Delhi police has detained several dog rights activists on Monday who were protesting at the India Gate against the Supreme Court's recent order to relocate all stray dogs in Delhi NCR to shelters within 8 weeks. The court had stated that residential areas must be cleared of stray dogs, warning that any interference with the drive would lead to contempt proceedings. Multiple activists were booked as authorities enforced the directive, which also mandates the creation of shelters, which are not there right now in Delhi, with proper facilities for sterilization and vaccination. Reacting to the move, Rahul Gandhi criticized the court's directive, calling it a step back from humane, science-backed policy. He said stray dogs are not problems to be erased and advocated for community care, sterilization and vaccination over what he described as cruel, short-sighted removals. According to him, public safety and animal welfare can and should go hand in hand.
Basically, एक तो ये शेल्टर होम्स नहीं होते, ये पॉन्ड होते हैं जहाँ पे आप सिर्फ उनको डंप कर देंगे. और सेकेंडली, आप 8 वीक्स के अंदर मिनिमम 10,000 डॉग्स के लिए 5 एकड़ की ज़मीन रिक्वायर्ड होती है. तो दिल्ली एनसीआर के पास आप कहाँ पे इतनी ज़मीन ढूंढ लेंगे जहाँ आप 3 लाख से ज़्यादा डॉग्स इकट्ठे वहाँ पे ट्रांसपोर्ट कर दें. चलिए एक बार को मान लेते हैं कर भी देंगे, फिर आपको इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर चाहिए उनको रखने के लिए, आपको मेडिकल स्टाफ चाहिए, आपको स्टाफ चाहिए उनकी केयर करने के लिए. एक डॉग का 1 महीने का खर्चा होता है 5,000 रुपये. 3 लाख का कितना खर्चा आएगा, आई डोंट नो गवर्नमेंट कैसे करेगी.
A suo motu judgment, and that too with the tone that the judge used yesterday, where he refused to listen to any party. आखिर आपने अपने आप केस लगा दिया. धर्म of a judge is that he should be impartial, that he should be educated in the subject that he is ruling on, and that he should listen to every point of view. And in this case, everybody's point of view is the same. Nobody is on different sides. आपने ये नहीं देखा कि कितने bites हैं from people's owned dogs, जो विदेशी कुत्ते हैं. ये you will find, and that is any study will show you, it's 70% pet dogs and 30% street dogs. If the answer was कि आप उठा करके बंद कर दो, मैं कहती हूँ ठीक है, if that's the answer, मगर that's not even the beginning of the answer.
आज आपने सारा का सारा दोष स्ट्रे डॉग्स पे मर दिया है. ठीक है, उनकी भी, लोगों की भी घटनाएं ऐसी सामने आई हैं जहाँ पे उनको काटा गया है, पर आज परिस्थिति इस हाल पे क्यों पहुंची? क्योंकि एक नाकाम म्युनिसिपल कॉरपोरेशन और एक नाकाम देश की संस्था जिन्होंने उनको इस पे मजबूर कर दिया है, वो नहीं चाहते हैं कि रास्तों पे रहें, जब तक व्यवस्था नहीं है तब तक आप ये इस तरीके का ऑर्डर कहाँ से देते हैं? अकाउंटेबल जिसको करना चाहिए था उनको अकाउंटेबिलिटी नहीं तय कर सारा स्ट्रे डॉग्स के ऊपर कि हमारी आंखों के सामने से इनको हटा दीजिए, शेल्टर होम्स भेज दीजिए। शेल्टर होम्स कहाँ हैं?
Throughout the country, these street dogs is a big problem. Especially in Kerala, more than hundreds of people were died because of the street dogs attack. So this Supreme Court verdict is not only implementing in the Delhi but also throughout the country. This is very, very urgent and inevitable.
I'm standing at one of the shelters that is run by the MCD for dogs here in Lajpat Nagar. This is called the MCD ABC unit, which is run under the Animal India Trust. It is registered trust and it is supposed to be closed on a Sunday. We are here on a Tuesday and we have knocked 2-3 times, but there is no one here to actually open the doors of the shelter. At the moment also you can see that this has been closed from inside and there is no one out here to kind of open the shelter. There are dogs barking inside and we are trying to get in touch with somebody to open the shelter for us, but it seems like the doors have been closed from inside at the moment. So this is the ground reality of shelters. First of all, there aren't many shelters that are run by the MCD for dogs. There are just these places where these are sterilization centers that are run by the MCD. But even though this is the condition where a registered center of the MCD is not even open at the time during the day per se, and the Supreme Court has said that within 8 weeks all the stray dogs in Delhi NCR need to be put in a shelter, but this seems to be the grim reality of the shelters in Delhi at the moment.